time for the mailbag. A few questions this week, Paul. A number talking about the game we didn't cover, and that was Jeju 0, Suwon 0. What are people asking about that?
Yes, we do have one question about that. Well, a couple actually, but straight in with Boha from Twitter, Suwon FC fan, of course. He says, hey, do you think the position Yumbik Ganam played is really the best for him? Or maybe he would shine more playing in Murillo's place behind Lars? From this day about Suwon FC, I was very surprised by the great level of EJ Song, and he hopes that he's found, that Lachlan Jackson has found his partner. So first of all, Yumbik Ganam, did you see sort of where he was playing? I think he was in the middle of a four alongside Park Joo-ho. I think he played in a similar spot in that season. He won the ACL for Ulsan in 2020 and won the MVP. I mean, there is arguments, I suppose you could say, to play him a bit further forward, but I quite like him as that sort of deep lying playmaker type role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely got. He's definitely good at distribution and creativity. The only memories I have him really from the match, it wasn't a very memorable match from what I remember. But yeah, I just seem to remember him. He had a good free kick, I think, and there was a corner as well that was nearly converted. But he's good at those set pieces. I do think, deep line playmaker is a good role for him. Perhaps moving forward would work, though. He has got the talent to strike it. But yeah, I don't know on this one. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea. I think.
It's still very early. Obviously, there's going to be time for things to settle in. He's at a new club. He's playing for a new manager. Might just take a little bit of time to get used to that position, or playing alongside Park Joo-ho or whoever it is that plays in central midfield alongside him. So and he didn't play that much last year either. So maybe just a little bit of ring rust. But yeah, obviously you mentioned EJ Song. Speaking of ACL winners, he is of course an ACL winner. Won it with John Book in 2016, and it's surprising that he's been in K2 for a little bit and now he's back in KLU 1.
Yeah, actually, I don't think he did win it with John Book in 2016. He came back. Was he Asan Mugunghwa, wasn't he?
He was recently, yeah.
I think he came back from Asan Mugunghwa in 2016, but wasn't eligible for. Don't worry, we can.
Well, anyway, he was a good centre back for John Book.
He was. He was very good.
Long back.
He was. He wasn't the central midfielder because John Book had two EJ Songs at that time. They had two Part 1Js at that time as well. It was very confusing for commentators. But defender EJ Song. He was very good. Known quantity in this league, obviously. So 2-1, obviously getting a player with a lot of talent there. Obviously, his best days are probably behind him now, but I still think he's definitely do a job for them. And hopefully, Jackson has found his partner, it seems.
Yeah, he's 34. He's younger than me, so he's not that old.
He's younger than me now, unfortunately, Paul.
Oh goodness me! We need Michael on for our under 32 quota.
We can't make any subs this week, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We have a question from P.A. Loon. He said, "Are you still confident that Suwon will remain that exciting goal machine from last season after this weekend's 0-0 result?"
Yes, but the 0-0 doesn't help my case, I do admit. But I don't think. Well, Jeju came very close to scoring. When they say goal machine, he does mean it, but they do mean it both ends, right? Because Suwon, they're just as leaky at the back.
True.
I do think they'll come. They'll start scoring soon. You've got that much talent up front, and they showed it last season. It's the first game of the season. I wouldn't start making any drastic conclusions. But yeah, it was a shame they couldn't break Jeju down in that match.
Yeah, absolutely. George asks, not that George, a different George. He asks, do you think Hayes will stay as a backup striker, or does he have a shot to grab the starting spots? Obviously, Hayes moved from Jeju, from Gwangju over the winter. He had a good season in KLU 2 last year. Where do you see him playing? Can he be a backup striker, or is he going to muscle his way into the starting 11?
From my memory, Hayes was more of a attacking midfielder, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he could certainly. I don't think Jeju have bought him to bench him. I really do think that they want to play him, and he played all the games for Gwangju last season. He was integral in their promotion campaign. He was one of their best players, to be honest. I don't see Jeju keeping him away from the starting 11 for long. So absolutely, yeah. I see him starting at some point.
Absolutely, yeah, and he's been brought in really to replace probably Jerso as one of the wingers on that on either side of that front three, with Yudi as the main striker. Obviously, not the best of debuts for him, but we'll see. Hopefully, more goals for him, for JG. But like I said earlier, same with Suwon FC, there'll be a lot of selection changes as time goes on, and Namkeel will be under pressure as well to deliver goals and results at Jeju. So yeah, I'm sure once he sort of finds that right combination, Hayes and Co will do just fine. All right, next down, Charlie Beasley. He says, "Who was your player of the week and why? And after the first match, are you still confident in your preseason table predictions?"
To answer the latter, I'm never confident in my preseason predictions. So,
nor am I. No.
Am I still with the same level of confidence in my preseason table predictions? Absolutely, yes.
There you
because
go.
I'm not confident in them.
Well put.
But, I would say player of the week. That's a difficult one. I know the player of the week was obviously the Pohang goal scorer, Lee Ho-jae, because he scored 2. But I think I'd go for a different Pohang player, and just this mainly because I was looking at the passing stats. But the central midfielder Kim Jong-woo, he's leading the league for passes. I know passes don't count for everything, and again, he wasn't the highest in through passes and key passes, but he's up there for those as well. He did get an assist, but I can't really count the assist considering the goalkeeper error on it. It wasn't exactly a tame shot, but he's creating the chances as well. I thought he had just a very good game in central midfield. I think a lot of that Pohang team had a very good game as well. I was actually quite impressed with Zeka as well, who looked good against his former side. So probably somebody from Pohang, but that's mainly because that's one of the games I watched.
Yeah, fair enough. Kim Jong-un obviously is the replacement for Shin Jin-ho as well, so he's off to a great start in terms of replacing him. I am going to go for Leandro because a goal and assist for him. You can't argue that. And he was in the K-League Best 11 that was announced on Tuesday this week. So, yeah, I mean, goal and assist, you can't ask for more than that on your first game in K-League 1. In terms of my predictions for the table, yeah, I've got some things pretty badly wrong, I think. Daegu, I know they lost, but they looked all right until 84 minutes. I think as long as they can fix their defensive issues, they might be okay. Gwangju, obviously. I know Suwon had a lot of chances and will probably feel like they could have got a result from that. But Gwangju's squad's actually a lot better than I sort of thought when I was making those predictions. So they've got more depth than I thought as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. He can't really judge it by after one round. It's far too early in the season.
Yeah. All right. We have one more, well, actually 2 more questions, but another one from Lord Inatur. Sorry if I've mispronounced that. Is Gustavo leaving Jeonbuk? He wasn't on the bench yesterday, that meaning Saturday. Where is he? What do you think about him, Matthew?
There was rumours of him leaving to Egypt in the winter, but they were quickly quashed. He's definitely staying at Jeonbuk at the moment. He is the backup striker. Kim Sang-sik mentioned his condition, him and Silva's condition in the pre-match press conference. That's why they were not selected for the game. So that's why he wasn't on the bench against Ulsan, according to the manager, unless that's just an excuse. But I'd be very surprised, given he is the only other striker they have after Cho Kyu-sung, who is expected to leave in the summer. So I like Gustavo. I think he's a reliable goal threat. I'm sure he doesn't always reach the higher echelons of the Golden Boot, but he's always up there. He was in the top 4 a couple of seasons ago. So yeah,
he works well for the team as well, doesn't he? He gets back.
Yeah, that's what I quite liked about him compared to Ilyachenko. I mean, I liked Ilyachenko as well, but they offered 2 different things, and one of the main things that Gustavo offered instead of Ilyichenko's Gustavo would drop back a lot more. So yeah, I don't see him going anywhere, especially now Andre Luis and Silva are there. I see that the yeah, I think he's probably enjoying life in Jeonbuk. So we'll see.
There we go. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with Jeonbuk. They've got 4 Brazilians now. Is it 4, 3? Rafa Silva, Andre Luis, and Gustavo. And Andre Luis is an animal, so we'll see. As soon as he starts playing regularly, I think you might have found the replacement for Ricardo Lopez. They're quite similar in terms of their aggression. Right, last question at Jamie CAFC 300 on Twitter. They ask, was Kim Kyung-min from Gwangju the best keeper of match day 1?
Yes. Well, no. He was yes, he did the best saves, but no, he was not the most entertaining, which was reserved for Lee Bom-young, because I don't know if you'd seen the Jeju game, the highlights from that match, but my word, I think he saved about 5 or 6 shots, Lee Bom-young, a lot of them good, but then he also gave away the penalty, probably should have given away another penalty, and there was one moment where he just kicked a ball and it just came off the side of his foot, and it was madness watching him.
Brilliant.
And
well,
the fact that he started as well, when out of the 3 goalkeepers Suwon had, he was the one I expected lowest down the pecking order. So yeah, absolute chaos, but entertainment all around. Lee Bom-young. But
well, there we go. If you were avoiding the highlights because it was 0-0, watch them just for that, which I will. I haven't watched him yet either. So yeah, we'll see.
He did some really good saves, and you're thinking, oh, I can see why he's back in the starting role. And then suddenly it just starts going very wrong very quickly, especially when you're watching the highlights because it's one after another. So yeah,
but maybe it is still 2013.
Maybe it is.
When keepers were a bit questionable back then. Things have improved a lot over the last 10 years.
Still got a clean sheet though, I think Kim Kyung-min, definitely the best goalkeeper. I was really impressed with him. What he did against Suwon, he kept them out, and I think as well what I liked about it, his saves when he made the saves, they don't tend to go too far away from him. Yes, sure, he doesn't always catch them or whatever, but he keeps them close after he saves them or actually holds on to them. So I thought he did really well.